Here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team with hopes beyond Week 18, they got to be figured out. They figure out who they are and what they are right now. Their biggest strengths and their most glaring weaknesses. In this game, it's about emphasizing those strengths, hiding those weaknesses, and playing some winning football.
Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by a motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's great young QBs, Joe Burrow.
I think it's fair to say, Kate, the only thing that has slowed down Joe Burrow in his NFL career is that injury bug. Just like in his rookie year, major injury to that wrist a season ago got in his way. This guy is so smooth, so calm, so poised. He didn't let the injury in his rookie year affect him. Remember, the next year they went to the Super Bowl, and those Bengals were sure hoping for a repeat this time around.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Micah McFadden able to make the play. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here we go.
On first down, here's Burrow. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That was Tyree Wilson in on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7. Connecting on the slant. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Up the gut, they go with Moss. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That throw finds Jamar Chase. And they make the tackle at the 38. Well, so far, they've got to be pretty happy with how he's been leading their offense. It has been a great start.
And I'd hesitate to say it's only going to get better, especially if they really decide to keep running this offense through that quarterback's arm.
Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Got it, man. It's Gesicki. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Working inside the red zone. Buys time, rolling right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal. Moss reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. Zach Moss, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by the mustached quarterback from Washington State, Gardner Minshew.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result. So expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. They bring the tight end in motion. They'll go right back to Madison. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, Laube. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running right, it's Madison. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. And they will have to boot it away in a little bit. We've arrived at the end of our first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line.
Defense.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a 1st down. 1st and 10, Minshew. Got a man, it's Mayer. And they take him down right along the 30.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
That's Mayer. He's got it. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Play action, it's Minshew. He beams one, deep right side. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And he's one of the best in the league this season. Still the guy that everybody is chasing in passing yards. Look at that. Up over 3,000 of them to this point. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. On the move, headed right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he gets him around 6 there. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. To throw again, it's Burrow. Chased out to his right. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Burrow to the air now. Cut out left. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. And on 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Butker knocks it through. And they come away with some points on that series.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Trey Tucker to return it. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. It's the Raiders, lined up with a 2nd and 8. From the 27. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. He just throws this one away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the pistol, Minshew. We'll get it complete to Alexander Madison. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Minshew. Headed out right. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. Now on 4th down, A.J. Cole headed out to handle the punt. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be Bengals football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's get set. Got.
Play action now, Burrow. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Burrow setting up the play action. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
1-1, ready?
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Got.
Burrow setting to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. The final timeout taken by the Bengals.
1-1, ready?
All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. He's going to push one deep down the road. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals grow their lead just before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bengals take a 3-possession lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Raiders headed out on offense. Little time remaining in the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Minshew on 1st down. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on first is Minshew. This ball's cut by Bowers. And that's good for a gain of 5. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. All right, here we go. Second down. From the 42. Got a man. Bowers has it. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. Makes the handoff, now Minshew. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this stays a 3-possession game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
On one, ready?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10. Looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. We've hit halftime here in Cincinnati. The Bengals carrying a lead into the locker room. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin with an interesting one in the AFC. The Chargers heading east to take on Cleveland. And that game is tied 10-all in the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in US Bank Stadium. And you can see there, it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Michael Thomas, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vegas offense ready to start this third quarter. In that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To the ground with Madison. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Madison again. Broke through the tackle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Going left side, Madison with it. Down the sideline to the 45. And he's down all the way to the 30. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Minshew working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Got a man. It's Mayer. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And this stays a 3-possession game.
I know there's golfers out there, Kate, that love to play this game as well. And any golfer knows, hey, man, at the turn, no matter how bad that front side was, there's still a chance, right? There's still another hole, still another opportunity. You write that script of hope. Kickers are kind of like golfers, right? They're always thinking of the next one, but unfortunately, with that miss, well, this scorecard's going to end up ugly.
Here we go. Here we go. Shot.
First down, Burrow to throw. Finds him over the middle. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
So close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Caught by the open man. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
On one, ready?
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
Right back to Moss now. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
On one, ready?
Gotta figure out this third down here.
Here we go. Shot.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Pass caught along the sideline by Gesicki. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. And on fourth down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. Butker knocks it through. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And off goes to Madison, running right. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost. He busts those.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Three quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. Finds his running back, Dylan Laube. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Let's see what they went with on third down. From the shotgun, Minshew. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. They snap it, here's Minshew. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Brought in right side. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Gun. Shot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. And on fourth down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And their lead stays halted at 20.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
No matter what other stats game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group...
And they get to him again! And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete here to Bowers. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
He brings it in. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Burrow setting to throw. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Here we go.
Running out of the gun with Moss. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Give him a few that time, but they'll need twice that to find the end zone here on 3rd and goal.
Let's get set.
Burrow back to throw. Has it in close. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals continue piling onto this lead.
Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Minshew. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Raiders hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. 2nd and 3 now. From the 31. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Minshew setting up to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Protection is always tested against a blitz, especially with all the different ways the defenses today disguise them. Couldn't quite account for the number of rushers that time, and it ends just how you expect. The quarterback needing a little help to get picked up off the grass.
Forced out to his right. And this one doesn't go far. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Minshew. Try and push it deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. He has the touchdown. Well, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here's Jones. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And even with 3 timeouts left on the other sideline, they have this one wrapped up. We'll see if they even use those timeouts. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Brought in inside the 20. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals keep adding to that fourth-quarter lead. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals grow their lead yet again. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. And with this being their 5th consecutive victory, Brock, it's easy to argue they've been the best team in football over the last month. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati,